Okay. Okay. All right, let me get this link. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Where's the beef? Where's the beef? There's the beef. I was looking for this the feed, but I found it. All right, what's happening, y'all? What's up, Hassan? What's up, John? What's up, Sheena? Bamani, what's good? It ain't nothing, man. Trying to catch this last hour and change on these charts. Yeah, this week was kind of hectic for me. I didn't get a chance to be on the charts nearly as much as I would have wanted to, but you know, I was running around doing stuff for the kids and all of that. So, you know, it is what it is. But it's still all good. It is still all good. This is why I like to come on when I do have the time. So even if it's a short amount of time, I still get on the charts and see what's going on. You know? Just in case the market decides to be generous. Heat here is kind of crazy right now. It's 91. It's 91 right now. They said it's supposed to go up to, I think, 98 as high as. And it was raining. It rained all day yesterday, so that brought the humidity. Yeah, I got everything you sent me. Yep. And I will get an opportunity, or I should say I will check them out when I do get an opportunity to do so. What's happening, Chip? Yep. All right, let me do one more thing over here real quick. Tyler missed the Instagram, but I got you on YouTube, Tyler. I got you on YouTube, buddy. That now, what kind of question is that? Really? That's how you notice that somebody ain't been outside. That's how you know ain't no. That's how you know somebody ain't been out the house yet. My wife talking about, is it hot outside? What? I'm like, you. If you see from the news what it is, then you already know what it is out here. And she watches news, so she know what it is. I'm like, come on now, what kind of question is that? Is it hot? Is the sky blue? The sky's blue, baby. All right, let me get an idea what these charts is doing real quick. Oh, it's a lot of speed right now in the market. Gotta wait for that to settle down. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, market too much going on at the moment. And you know that could change at the drop of a dime. So for this reason, for this reason, all right, let's see what's going on over here. What's up, Jack in the box? Pamani said it's hot as hell out here. Pamani, you in Texas? I'm trying to remember where y'all at. I know a few of y'all is in Texas, definitely. Yep. This is a good question. Jack in the box said in your videos, you say that you need to wait for the market to reveal itself. If you can see what the market is trying to do, but it is still tricky and go against you, so being able to read the market is not enough. I understand what you're saying, but you are getting better at reading the market as you observe and study the market, put it like that. So you do get better at interpreting what the market is revealing about itself, and then you elevate as far as your skill and your ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, like I understand why you're saying that. It's like, well, the market is still tricky even if you read it, and it's like, yes, it is tricky, but you're getting better at understanding what you call a trick now. Eventually, you'll realize that it's not a trick. It's what the market does, and you're just becoming more aware of it now. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just constant observation, study, and time and experience that gives you more insight and allows it to become clearer to you so that you don't get tricked by the market. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like knowing the fact that eventually the market positions itself in a way where you know that the market is doing something. It's in a certain state right now. And you know that. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the fact that you eventually get to that point where it's like you can look at the market and say, all right, I see what you're doing, and you're not quite there yet. See, when you get to that point where you're like, all right, it's almost there, but it ain't there yet. As soon as you start to talk like that, that's when you know that you've elevated, because it means that you're picking up on the little subtle things that the market does, because the market is showing you the subtle things probably more than anything. It's little things that you see that the market will do that you're becoming more familiar with because you study, you observe. The more that you observe and study anything, the more familiar with it you're going to become, right? So after a while, you just get extremely good at doing it. Next thing you know, you're not losing any trades because you're not anxious and you're not thirsty to get into a trade. You know what I'm saying? Then so Jack is saying now, so that means you can only take 1 to 2 trades max to be safe. I mean, that's if the market even gives you 1 or 2 trades. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not interested in just trades. I'm interested in being in a trade at the right time. That's what I want to do. I don't care about trading. And what I mean, by saying that is like, I'm not thirsty to get into trades just because in my mind, I'm like, well, I got to take at least 1 trade a day. I don't got to take shit. Like, to be honest about it, I want to win. I don't want to lose. So with that being said, anything I see in the market that would tip off to me that it's not the right time, I'm going to pay attention to whatever that is and stay out. You know what I mean? And he said, that's hard because you don't know when it comes. See, that's what I'm saying. Eventually you do know. That's what's so crazy about like everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? Stacy said she's still in training. Sheena said facts. JT said it's like starting to understand the why of the market. Bingo. Adam said training makes me feel like I'm accomplishing more than just staring at the charts. Exactly. Benito, timing. You see what I'm saying? Sheena said you can only take what the market allows you to take. And see, now that's a very powerful statement, what Sheena is saying, because it's like, how do you know that the market is giving you permission to take anything? You see, that's the level that we're trying to get to. That's what the whole purpose of all of this study and observation is for. So that you can elevate to the point where you know what that means. You know what it means that when the market is telling you it's okay. You understand? But that only comes with observation and study. And that's something that you just have to commit to doing. How are you disciplining yourself not to take thirsty trades like you say? That's easy, man. All right. You know the easiest way to go about doing it? Get tired of losing. And you'll stop doing that shit. Because Because that, like, listen to what he said. He said, how are you disciplining yourself not to take thirsty trades? When you get tired of losing, you'll stop taking thirsty trades. So combine that energy, you know, the feeling like, yo, I'm sick of losing. You get tired of losing, and then you start to observe the market. Now you can allow the market to actually teach you about itself. So if you just sit down and relax and just watch, you know, and sit back and let it reveal all of this wisdom and knowledge to you, which only can come through you observing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you ever sit by the ocean? You know how people be like, yo, I need to get away. First thing that they want to do is go near a body of water. Why? Why do they want to go near a body of water? If you think about the nature of what that body of water is doing, you know, you sitting by the ocean, you by the beach, it's a lot that's going on. It's quiet, but at the same time, there is noise, but the noise is coming from the ocean. You hearing the waves splash, right? You hearing the wind blow. And it's like, well, how can you be calm and serene when all of this activity is going on in the water? It's kind of the same thing. So the ocean is making all of this noise, and it's almost like you're quiet. You become quiet and you be listening to the ocean. And you being quiet and listening to the ocean allows you to have clarity with whatever you have going on with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like people, as soon as they say, I want to get away, they want to go to the beach somewhere. They trying to get near water. It's because of what that energy does. There's motion and movement in the ocean. And even though it's quiet and it's subtle, it's actually a lot going on, but you're not paying attention to all of the noise that it's making. You're more so paying attention to the energy, the energy that is given to you. You know what I'm saying? It's giving you that energy that calms you down and just makes you at peace. Now you can actually clear your thought because you're not thinking about nothing. You just there enjoying the breeze. You listening to the waves. It's kind of like how people will sit down and listen to the rain. Like when it rains, this is one thing I love to do. When it's raining, I love how that sounds. I just love how it sounds when it's raining. That shit make me want to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's about energy and it's about like vibration. So the market is full of that. Market is full of vibration and movement and energy. And you have to learn how to interpret that energy. That's why when you observe and you watch, you know, you stop thinking so much about the money. You're not thinking, you know, it's like you want to get yourself to that point where you're not thinking about the money no more. You just stop. Just stop thinking about money. Oh, I got to get 2 trades a day. I got to get at least 1 trade a day. No. What if you don't get no trade for the week? You got to look at what's the value in not getting a trade all week. The true value is that if you were watching the market, you know why you did not trade. Because during the times when you were on the chart, there was no opportunity for you to take a trade that you know that you're going to win, obviously. So for that reason, you remained out of the market. Is that a good thing or bad thing? That's a beautiful thing. It means you didn't lose no money. You kept your money in your account. It remains intact. You're not stressed out. And you're beginning to care less about the money aspect of it. The funny thing about that is the less that you care about the money, the more the money will come to you. It's like it comes to you so much easier now because you're putting yourself in position to allow the money to flow instead of you trying to force the market to give you money. You don't got to do that. You do not have to do that, man. You got to flip it around and reverse it. Hassan said, you trade the way that you train. Facts. Nicholas said, follow the process and do not deviate. Facts. Sheena said, MRMH. Facts. Adam says, Sheena sounds like she's been a TA forever. Vibes. Jack in the box. He said, I'm tired of losing, but still get sucked in. See, you know what that is, Jack? What you're describing is now you're dealing with yourself. This has nothing to do with the market. You just said it. Listen to what Jack just said. I'm tired of losing, but still get sucked in. You just said it. You're having an issue with dealing with yourself now. See, this is what people run into that they get confused about because they're trying to figure out, you know, damn, why do I keep losing? You keep losing because you have not developed that self-control that you need yet. It's not there. You don't have the self-control yet. Now you see the importance of training. Like when you train, you're literally conditioning yourself to not be out of control. You're learning how to control your juice man. What you just described, that we call that the juice man. The juice man is the part of you that's out of control and reckless and gets sucked in, just like you said. You got to learn how to control that aspect of you. And if you don't, you're going to continue to lose. It's crazy, right? But it's real. Adam said, if you only win the best trades with high contracts, you're no longer thirsty. Bang. Now we talking. He said, you don't need to be thirsty, rather. Jack in the Box said, I have happy finger syndrome, the need to trade. Ooh. See, now, Jack, what you're doing right now, you confessing. You in the confession box right now. You telling on yourself, and you should. You should tell on yourself, because that's how you're going to overcome. The first thing you have to do in order to begin to deal with yourself is you have to have self-awareness. You got to know, what are you even doing? Like, who are you? What are you doing? What do you do? Listen to what you just said about yourself. He said, I have happy finger syndrome, the need to trade. That's self-awareness. You know that you do that. So now that's the first step to you actually rectifying it, is admitting that you do it instead of denying it. You're not denying it. You just admitted it. You right where you need to be, man. You right where you need to be. He said, I can consistently win for a period before I start taking unnecessary trades and seem to be in habit, which I can't shift until it's too late. I correct it, and then happy fingers comes back. What I just say, you're not there yet. So you see how, in spite of you being consistent for a period of time, you still revert back to that aspect of yourself. Why? It's because you need to literally condition yourself to always suppress that part of you. And by suppressing that part of you, and the only way to do that is through reinforcement and training. Like, that's what training does. Like, people keep asking me, like, what am I doing? And I tell them, I train. Like, it's not like I'm doing something special. Like, I got a crystal ball and I know when to trade. That ain't it. I train so much that it's so deep embedded in me, I can't do nothing else because I don't do anything else. All I do is train, literally every single day. Market is open, I'm training. Market is closed, I'm training. Weekend, I'm training. I'm sleeping, I'm training. I just woke up, I'm training. Come on. It's like it never stops. So a lot of that has to do with what you need to reinforce certain things to control your juice man. Until you control your juice man is always going to pop up and you ain't going to know what to do with him. You just described him. He said, happy fingers comes back. Happy fingers is the juice man. Juice man is always thirsty. And he reckless as hell too. Sheena said, Mark preaching. You know it. Paley is a motivational Mark in the building. Oh, snap. Sheena said, Adam, 2 years plus and bro, I'm just a paid subscriber to this truth now. Yep. Yeah, Sheena been around watching. She been around looking, peeking. Adam said, I guess you have been then. Oh, okay, yeah. Max, Gia, what's good, man? Stacy said, to start for me, I got the understanding of one trade a day to help me with my urge. Because when I watch the market longer than I should, I become very thirsty. And that sounds like everybody, don't it? It's so funny because that's what everybody does. Um, Don said, JT said, bro, 1 or 2 trades a day in a week. You'll be surprised sometimes at what the balance is at the end of the week. I'm telling you. And not losing. Exactly. Exactly. Don said, ain't no different than a great shooter always getting up reps. Right. Exactly. Stacy says, shades will grow on you. She calls me Shades, by the way, in case you was wondering what the hell she was even talking about. Yeah, she's talking about me. But yeah, Jack, so, I mean, like I said a moment ago, you right where you need to be because you actually have self-awareness. Like, you actually know that that's what you be doing. So the fact that you know that that's what you do, that right there is automatically kind of putting you right where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you right where you need to be. Right where you need to be. Mick said, when the market says get out, I don't understand all the ego brought to the table. Ego was something else, man. The ego is, you know what it is? The ego is insecurity. See, ego is not confidence. It's different. Your ego represents insecurity. Like, without a doubt. Don said, we can read the charts off Mark's glasses. Stacy said, I think I do watch the market all day, but sometimes I reach my target and then close everything, but then later come back and trade again foolishly. Right, I definitely understand that. Yep. Think I do watch the market all day, but sometimes I reach my target and then close everything, but then later come back. Oh, that's the same comment. My bad. Oh, Mick said FOMO. Yes. Yes, exactly. Yep, that is exactly right. I have the need to make money, but by doing that, I'm making things worse. So stuck in the loop. That's what it is. It's like a spiral. Yep, that is exactly what it's like. Mick said, my daughter said, does he do this all the time? Yes, that's that. Now that's an awesome way to describe it, like the chicken and the egg. Right, which one came first? Very true. Paley said, "You at church right now, Jack? Tell Pastor Mark everything." He said, "What else you do?" It's sanity. Sheena said, "I've learned so much through observation. It's insane. It's crazy. It's so crazy because the market literally tells you everything. It literally tells you everything that you need to know. You know." Don said a book called The Jewish Money Code. He who is a fool that pursues money aggressively, he will be made a slave. That sound like truth to me. For real. My goodness. Jack said, just trying to be honest. I mean, like when it's all said and done, you know, that's all you have. All you literally have is just the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you always are gonna have to deal with what's really going on. So even if you trying to I guess dismiss what's actually happening for the sake of, like, you know, saving face, kind of like, you know, even if you do that, you can only cover it up but for so long. Eventually you're gonna have to still deal with and confront yourself about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it ain't no escaping that shit. Like, there's no getting around it. You're gonna have to ultimately deal with whatever is at the forefront of what you're doing, and you're gonna have to rectify it. Like, that's it. That's just it. Yep, that is just it. JP, what's good? What's up, Mahota? Quick lunch, huh? You on his lunch break? Yeah, no doubt. What's up, Jeff? Yeah, and you know, like getting it off your chest, man. Anytime, like, just saying that is letting you know, like, it's heavy. It's kind of, it weighs on you when you can't figure out or can't find your way out of that loop that you mentioned earlier. It's like it, and that's exactly what it is. It's like a loop, you know? It's a loop, and then the loop turns into a spiral. And then once you start spiraling, that's when it gets to a point where it's like you can't even intervene on your own. It's like you can't even stop yourself from doing it now because it's like a vortex. You caught up in it. Jeff said, with TA skill, you remove the equation of risk reward. This is hard. He said, changes your perspective of being a trader. Mm. JP said this is getting them through that Houston Friday traffic. Jack said, were you ever in a loop when you started? Yeah. Hell yeah, I was in the loop, man. Hell yeah, I was in the loop. That's why every time that someone describes what they're going through, it hits home for me very quickly because I totally understand. Like, I totally get it. Totally get it. And that's why the repetition of how I talk, I kind of like, I sound like a broken record all the time because I'm repeating what I know. I can talk about all of this shit because I've did it. I've done it. And I know what the emotional aspect of it is, the psychological perspective of it. I know how bad it can get. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know that it can get worse than it is. And that's why I always say, like, it's just my hope that, like, when I'm doing content or whatever, that I can catch somebody before it gets too bad for them. Because sometimes people get so far gone that nothing is going to interrupt them from, like, falling off the cliff, and they'll just give up and quit. So I'm trying to catch people before they get to that point. And then when people get to that point, if they quit and they let it go, then they badmouth everything. They're like, trading is whack. It's all a scam. It's gambling. It's this and that. And now you sound like someone that's bitter as a result of not being able to overcome it yourself. Because that's what it is. You're bitter about it. So now you just dismiss everything. None of that shit is legit. It's not legit. When it's like you have people that, people in companies and firms and all type of things that go on in the trading industry that been going on for years. All of that can't be everything that you just summon it up to be. You know what I'm saying? But you're saying that because you have not figured out how to get through it. You didn't figure out how to navigate through it. And you didn't find the guidance that you needed that would help you to navigate through it. That's why I try to catch people before they get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because you can very easily get to that point quickly, especially if you already have the gambling mentality. Like, most people have the gambling mentality. They want money now, and they willing to put their money in to try to get money now. You a gambler. That's what gamblers do. You put money into something without understanding what it is, just because it has an opportunity for you to make money, instead of actually learning how to acquire skill. It's just like if you were going to learn how to play poker, right? I would want to learn how to play poker from real poker players. I don't want to learn how to just play poker. I would want to observe someone that actually does it. World championship of poker. Them dudes are not playing a game. Them dudes have a skill level and a skill set that they apply to that game. You understand? They're not playing poker. They're applying their skill to poker. What skill? They got a bunch of skills. They reading your body language. They reading the body language of the other players. They're able to look at the cards and look to see what cards have already been placed on the table to determine whether or not the likelihood of them getting the card that they need is going to come. They're counting to see, all right, how many players are left, how many players folded. All right, well, there's 3 of us left. Let me look at the cards on the table. They're doing all of this shit, and you don't know that they're doing any of it. But they're literally applying a level of skill to poker. So now when it comes down to it, boom, they're not playing poker no more. You're playing poker, and you're playing them in poker, and you're going to lose. They figured out how to really apply a skill level and a skill set to that game. Now it's not a game for them anymore. Now that's business. You ever notice how it's like the same players end up in the world championship of poker? It's like, it'd be the same ones here every year, damn near. Yeah, there's a reason for that. Yeah, like I would imagine all type of layers. Don said that they also look at the pot variations, the value betting, all of that. All of that, man. All of that. And that's not playing the game. That's applying skill to the game. And there's a difference. So that's really what we're doing, as far as elevating. We're elevating ourselves to that point. So it's hard, man. It's some good stuff. When like when it's all said and done, it's good stuff, man. Yep, it is good stuff. Cameron said, Mark is the Ayanla Van Zant on the trading game. That's funny. Jack has said, how did you get out of it? I had to stop. The first thing you got to do is you got to stop doing whatever you're doing now. So for me, I knew I had to stop trading. Like I had to stop taking trades. And when I stopped taking trades, that was the beginning of me actually beginning to study the market. So once I began the process of observation and study, that's when everything started to open up as far as my understanding. And that's when my patience began to develop. Because now I'm in position to develop patience because I'm not trading now. You understand what I'm saying? You can't develop patience if you keep trading. If you just continue to do what you normally do, you're not going to develop the patience that you need. That's why within the training, the permission slip is designed to force you to develop patience. Because them trades and the permission slip even doesn't come often. It doesn't come often. That's why it forces you to develop the patience that you're going to need. You're going to need that patience, man. Like it ain't, it's not optional. It's not like you can do it without patience. If you don't develop patience, you ain't going to win anyway. Mick says, sounds crazy, but I'm not a trader. I'm a trainer. Keep it all in check. Don said, just about any successful trader had a loop, just like anything. Self-awareness is the most important aspect. That is a fact. Jack said, nice to know I'm not alone then. Nah, you're not alone. Like everybody in here understands. Everybody in here understands where you are. Many folks could be in a very similar situation. Many folks have elevated above that and they relate to you because they were there. You know what I mean? So it's like it's different levels. Definitely. That's why it's important to also be in the environment and be around folk that are doing what you do. That's why people gravitate, and like when I'm on live and when I'm doing different things online, people gravitate to this environment because the vibration is here. We on a very heavy vibration. And the energy that we're on and that we're using is a positive one, first of all. And at the same time, it's one that positions you to continue to elevate. So there'll be times when I present it different. you might get rant man. You see, if I like, there's times when I go off on a rant and I'm ranting and I don't know why I even started talking about whatever I'm talking about at the time. But the subject matter of what I'm talking about at the time is specifically for someone that is in attendance on the live stream. Like literally, it's directly for somebody who's there, and it'll hit for them. Boom! It's like, damn, he talking about me. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean about the energy. That's what I mean about that vibration. It's powerful. Ivan says, stick to the script. Don't stray from the formula. Don said, everyone in life are gamblers. Just stepping in a car is a gamble. Working for a company is a gamble. Ivan for Bermuda's in the house. Don said, poker players. Oh yeah, he said that already. Look at pop variations and value betting. Yep. JPC, Mark, do you ever pull the trigger if 5 MPs have already been reached within a minute, or do you want MPs to start at 1? No, it doesn't have to start out there. It don't have to start out there. It can work its way up to that, or it can start at 1, like you said. But you know what it needs to look like when it is en route to get there, and then what it needs to look like after. And yeah, that's correct, Nicholas. Yep, that is correct. Sheena said, we got nothing but NADEX love for you. No doubt. Bob said, I see most of your trades within the last minute shows a tremendous amount of patience. Definitely. Definitely. And it's also, it's more relevant because when you're dealing with the binary, the winning decision is made at the end of the binary. So it really boils down to being correct about where the market ends up at. That's how you win. So if that's the nature of the market that you're studying, then the market will reveal a lot of information to you about what it is that you're actually looking for, when it's all said and done. And you just really need to give yourself the time to train and to observe. John, what's happening, John? Is the last minute not more frustrating because of pricing out? It depends on what's going on in the market at the time. It depends. So pricing out is not necessarily because it's in the last minute. Pricing out can take place at any time in the binary. So it has more to do with the platform, the liquidity, and what the market is doing at the time. That's going to determine whether you're seeing early price outs or, pricing out taking place faster. Bob said, how much money should you start off with? Well, you can open a NADEX account with 250, and of that, I recommend starting with $100. $100, start with one contract, and then begin to work your way up from there. Like, in other words, you start with 100 and you start to build, but you're using your skill to build instead of using deposits, you know? So instead of starting with 1,000, start with 100 and begin your building process. You know, that way it's like the way that you should look at it more so is like this. If you starting with $100 and you mess up for whatever reason, it was $100, right? It wasn't $1,000, wasn't 3,000, 5,000. It was $100. You messed up, you take a step back, you figure out what you did wrong, you reevaluate, train, and then when you get back in the saddle, you start back with $100. You see what I'm saying? It's an easier pill to swallow if you mess up. And also what it indicates is that it means you, once you develop the skill, you can start at 100 every time. Like anytime I want to, I start at $100. That's what I do with the challenges. Every challenge starts with 100. And then I build up. Build up from there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mick said it's all about position and timing. It's not a strategy. It's our process. Yep. Learn to live the process and a whole new world opens up. He hit it right on the head. Bob said after training with, oh, you mean how much to start off after training? Yeah, what I just said. What I just said. Stacy said, and take that to 3K. Yep. John said, if market is slow, does that not mean liquidity is a lot less than a fast market? So if trading in slow, I think from my observation, it's more difficult for everything to line up. Not necessarily. Nope. It's easy to make assumptions based on what you might see at the time. You can't make any assumptions in the market. You have to observe it for yourself. So with whatever you're doing, it's going to require a level of observation on your part. That way you'll know for yourself, because otherwise just making assumptions and thinking that it's just a certain way, you don't know that. It's just like saying, oh, well, the market is always slow in the Asian session. Nah, that ain't true. Oh, the market is always fast in the US session. That's not true either. Observation and study. You got to study the market to know. So it really is not that it's more difficult for everything to line up. The whole idea is to never do anything unless everything lines up. You understand? Because that's what's going to protect you and to protect your account. It's going to protect you from losing. And if you're protected from losing, it's protecting you emotionally also, because you become emotional when you lose. Right? It's the very essence of why somebody will lose and then seek out revenge. They'll start revenge trading because they lost. They don't know how to control them emotions. They don't know how to deal with that. But that's a good question though. Bob, tell me a little bit about your training. Everything I'm describing is what we actually train on. Developing patience and discipline. That's what we actually train on. The training is $35 a month. And we have a 24-hour group chat. We do live training every night, like around 9 p.m. Eastern. I think right now in the playlist is like close to 400 trainers in there. So you get access to the playlist also when you join into training, which is very important because there are specific training videos that I tell you to watch that you need to focus your attention on. In other words, you need to watch them every day. The training is very powerful because you're going to train at the subconscious level also. Like, you don't just learn one way. You're learning multiple ways. You're learning at the subconscious level because you're going to press play on the video and either watch it or listen to it all the time. Like, even if you're doing something else, earbuds, press play, listen. Even if you can't watch it on your phone or on your tablet or whatever you got, press play and just listen to the training over and over and over and over. And this is how you get the information into you subconsciously. The reason that that's powerful is because most people don't accept information because of how the brain is wired. The way that your brain is wired, there's a wall up. There's a defense mechanism that your brain has where it does not let information in. Why? It's protecting your comfort zone. See, like, your brain knows whatever you know right now is habitual. You know it because it's a habit that you do. So anytime you try to either change a habit or you try to get new information or you try to learn something, your brain puts that wall up to prevent it from coming in to disrupt your comfort zone. This is the defense mechanism that your brain has. How do you bypass that? Because what it'll lead you to say is, damn, I'm not getting it. I don't understand. I watched it already. I don't understand. Nah, it's no, I watched it. It's, you need to watch it over and over again. It's, you need to listen to it on repeat because you have to bypass that part of your brain where it's not letting the information in. You have to train subconsciously. That's a part of training also. So like, this is the type of stuff I talk about all the time, repeatedly, because this is what I do. And I'm the proof that it works. Well, Mark, I don't know if it works. It works. This is what I do. I'm telling you to do what I do. It's not like I'm telling you to do something that I don't do. I'm not telling you to do something that's just arbitrary. Yeah, let me tell them to do this. Nah, I'm telling you to do exactly what I be doing. Earbuds, when I go to bed listening to training. When I wake up, first thing I put in my ears, training. As soon as I come out the shower, matter of fact, sometimes when I'm in the shower, I'm listening to training. I got the wireless earbuds that you plug in. I just make sure I don't get them wet. Pop them in the shower, listening to training. Like, it's a different level for me. And this is why I try to talk about it specifically, openly, so people understand the level that I talk about when I say I'm training. When I tell you I train, like, that's not a joke. That's not, I listened to training last week. No, last week. Like, you didn't listen to training all week? Then you're not training. Sheena said, Bob, no one else teaches you the skill of actually reading the market. Trust me, I've searched for 7 years. Josh was an environment looking like it's shaping up. Yeah, it's definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. We don't got that much time left, but it is what it is. I always ride it out to the end anyway, because I like to I enjoy the process. So I enjoy observation and study mode, He calls you Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it does have little spurts in there. John said, would you say market is currently in speed because wondering what you call slow or fast? Well, overall, it's not fast, but there are degrees of speed. Like this is why the training is so important because um not only do I talk about all of this in training, but I kind of go into detail and show different variations of what you're looking at so that you arrive at the place that you need to be to know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing if I tell you, all right, well you wait for this and then you wait for that and then you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it has to be broken down step by step. That's what training does. That's what the process of training does also. Because I don't even know what you're gonna hear in a training that'll be the trigger for you to finally understand the protocol that we use. There's pieces that make up the protocol. Like there's pieces that make up the whole process. Each piece, you're going to have a level of time that's spent with it just for you to understand it. From the simplest to the most complicated piece. Some people don't understand the simple stuff, but they understand the more complicated stuff. And it's like, well, how are you missing that? This was first. That's easy. How you don't understand that? It's because of how they're wired. Everybody's wired differently also. That's why it takes different triggers and things to set off your understanding finally. And who knows when that's going to be? Nobody knows when it's coming. But that's why you mitigate the fact that you don't know when by training. That's how you get past not knowing when. It's kind of like how people will always ask me, well, Mark, how long is it going to take me to become a good trader? I have no idea. I have no idea. I've been in the financial markets for 27 years, and to me, I just got good. To me, like I know when I talk about how like it was when I first started in Forex, I had success definitely, but I wasn't as good as I am now. Where I'm at now is crazy compared to that to me. So I'm like, well, damn, look how long it took me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're better off just going through the process of training and getting what you need and putting yourself in position so that you don't have to even ask that question. You're in the process of it. You just got to the only way to get through it is to get through it. Like there's no shortcut or a fast way to do it. Only way through is through. Okay, Bob. Yeah, as a matter of fact, in the underneath the video, you should see in the description box, the sign up link is there. Mick said this was an eye-opening week, to say the least. Don said there are people that teach you how to read the market, but they want $1,500. And they say that they're teaching you how to read the market, right? But the verdict is out. Oh snap! Y'all funny. Y'all be y'all take a shot, boy. Y'all don't care. John, do we have to sit all day to wait for the right environment in training? I mean, no. Like John, I just got here. When I came on YouTube, this is the first time I've been on the charts today. I wasn't on the charts today. Earlier this week, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, we ended up getting permission, meaning that the market lined up the way that we needed to. And when we got permission, multiple trades set up and everybody was there. Like everybody was on the charts and present. So all you had to do was just be there. And you were in position to take advantage of those trades when they came. That goes on whenever it goes on. You know, that happened to be in the morning that day. And I just happened to be on the charts in the morning that day. So I was able to take advantage of it. So it comes down to the skill first. You want to put yourself in position to acquire the skill. And then when you're available to be on the charts, that's when you're available to be on the charts. And you'll know what you're waiting for. And you'll know what to wait for. You understand? So it's the skill that is imperative for you to acquire, because without it, it's just going to be more of the same. Jack said, I think I'm trying to trade like Forex, but NADEX is a different beast, so maybe I need more of this. Bingo. You and everybody else that came here. Everybody, literally, everybody that's in Team Alliance that came from Forex, that was them. What you just said, trying to trade like Forex, is different. You know, I blow your mind just if I told you that we can do what we do without a chart. Like, think about what I just said. I don't even need the chart. I don't need the chart. Does that sound like Forex? Not at all. Not at all. Sheena said, Mark, don't be so modest. You might be better now, but the fact that you've always traded in the live account for your training speaks volumes. Definitely. That's true. That's true. I told y'all, there was a time when I didn't even know what a demo was. I remember when I first started trading Forex, I didn't even know that they had demos. I had no idea. One day somebody told me, they was like, you trading on live or demo? I said, what's demo? And they were like, huh? I was like, what do you mean a demo? What's a demo? I didn't even know that they had demo accounts. It was hilarious. Mick said, one day all TA troopers will say earbuds changed my life. Yeah. As said, NADEX is a good segue into Forex for beginners, specifically with binary options. Yes, it is. John said, what if we miss the right environment if we don't watch the market at the time? Then you just miss it. You got to understand, John, I'm not always on the chart. Like, the majority of people are not always on the chart. But that doesn't mean that what we're waiting for will not present itself when we do get to the charts. It might and it might not. It's not up to you to decide that. It's up to the market to decide everything. You're learning through this process how to always be in cooperation with the market instead of trying to force what you want to happen on the market, because you can't do that. And then what it does is it positions you and puts you in a place now where, because you wait for the market, which is the only thing that's reliable, you can rely on the market when it's giving up money. Period. When the market is giving it up, that is dependable. What you can do is, being that that's what you wait for, you're now in position to give more value to the trades that you do take. This is where the blueprint project comes in. That's what you're able to see. I'm not scared to flip because I know I'm giving value to the trades when they come. You understand? I'm waiting for those trades to come. And when they arrive, I'm ready and I'm going to take them. And I'm not scared to take them. I'm not scared to increase the contract size. I'm not scared of nothing. I'm not scared of anything. Why not? Because I'm relying on the market to present the environment, the behavior, and to give me the trade. And it's only a matter of time before the market does that. I know that all I got to do is come on the charts, and if it decides to do it when I'm on the chart, I'll get it. If it don't, then I'll keep my money in my account. For the blueprint project, I literally slowed it down. Like, I slowed down what I normally would do. And slowing it down Still, 36 days, 100 to 3,000 from flipping on 29 trades. Now think about that. Like think about the trade number I just said, 29. Only 29 trades? It only took 29 trades to do that? There's people that took 29 trades today. Like, just to put it in perspective, you understand? So it lets you know that when you put yourself in position, the market is going to present you with what you need if you allow it to. You understand what I'm saying? You learning how not to be greedy, how not to be thirsty, and just let the market bring you money. That's a powerful state to be in. And you're training to get to that point. That's what the training is for. It reinforces everything that's putting you in that position. That's it. Don said, once you become good, you have a sense for when the market puts up opportunities. Come on, man. Paley said, I removed my ego and it turned out that it was clogging my reality. Bob said, can I cancel my training subscription anytime? Yes, you can. John, are you using what you do in the blueprint to win trades? Meaning what you teach in training is the same trades you take. I do a combination of both. In the blueprint project, there were many opportunities that I took that was just based on my skill. There were also a bunch of trades that I took where I was like in the group at the time, right before training. And these are trades that everybody saw. These are trades that were presented while everybody was on at the time. Then then there were times where I was up early in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and on the charts and took trades at that time. So the blueprint was specifically designed to show you a variety of what the skill itself allows you to do, because the framework that you're being trained to do is designed to put you in position not to lose any trades ever. It's designed to elevate you to the point where you understand the market from a perspective now where you know why you're not losing. So it's like you're developing your skill level now with the framework that I teach you and that I train you with, to look at the market, to understand why you're not trading right now, to understand if an opportunity is presented, why you are trading right now. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand the why and the why not. If you take a trade, you're going to understand why you win. If you take a trade you're not supposed to take and you lose, you understand why you lost that trade. It was a trade you wasn't even supposed to take. You see? So if you can't answer the question as to why you took the trade, you just out of line. Like, period. You're totally out of line. I shouldn't be able to ask you, why did you lose that trade? And you say, you know what? I don't know why I lost. If you're saying you don't know why you lost, then you don't know why you took the trade. Which means that the only reason that you took the trade was because you were greedy or you were thirsty or something. And that means that you need to deal with yourself accordingly, because it means that you're still doing things that are more so a part of the mindset aspect of what you do that got nothing to do with the market. You see, it has nothing to do with the market. You took the trade because you were thirsty. Man, I got it. I got anxious and I just took it. I don't know. I do know why you took it. You took it because you were excited. You wanted to get a trade because you ain't get a trade all week. I understand. But then when you take the trade and you lose the trade, now you feel bad. But guess what? It would have been worse if you won the trade. Now that's crazy. I know you don't like that. You don't like me saying that. It would be worse for you to win that trade that you had no business taking. You know why? Because now you're rewarded for something that you shouldn't have been doing in the first place. See? So when you lose a trade, it's really the market's way of letting you know that you missed something. It has nothing to do with randomness or it just was arbitrary. Like, oh, well, I just happened to lose that. Nah, you don't just happen to lose nothing. The reason that you're going to lose, you're going to be totally aware of. Yeah, this market is chopping though, Joshua. I see it. It's definitely chopping. It's chopping back and forth. Of course, that strike. Like you can kind of see how the timing is on the behavior. It's looking funny. See, like, and even me just saying certain things, like you'll begin to understand why I'm saying certain things. It's like, oh, what do you mean by when he said that? You start to understand why I even said it in the first place, because you're learning how to see the market yourself. And that's powerful. Like, look at what it's doing right now. See, now that little bit of movement that came back, you know that means something. You know that it means that it ain't there yet. And that too, yep, MV said, it's at the end of the day, log out. Yep, and then sometimes it don't even take the whole minute. Sometimes it does it in the last few seconds. Everything is about timing with what we doing, man. Everything. John also said, are there enough trades per week to make good income if we go on the charts when we can? Yes. There's an abundance of trades that will become available. And it's because of the way that your mindset is, and it's also because of the way that you position yourself in the market. I understand why you're asking those type of questions, And yeah, because I don't and see, this is what I'm talking about now. If you actually listen to certain things that I say now, it's different. And it's because I've elevated over time. So naturally, the way that I trade is better. Like it's better now than it used to be. Because when I used to take trades in the past, I was using more than one approach to the market. So I would be trading in various environments. I wouldn't just stick to one. I didn't stick to one. It is very difficult to navigate throughout different market environments and try to be consistent. It's hard to do that because you're moving in and out with the environment as it's moving in and out. That's not easy to do because there's nuances within each environment. Each environment is not just cut and dry. It's not like slow is slow and fast is fast. Sometimes fast has slow in it, and then sometimes slow has fast in it. How do you deal with that? How do you know the differences between those two things? This is where we get into nuances. This is where we get into behavior. So you see, over time, it became more clear to me that the more that I trade, the more I'm exposing myself to really getting slapped by the market. The more that you trade and you expose yourself to the market, you're putting yourself in position to become vulnerable to losing. I learned that pretty quickly. I'm like, nah, I'm taking way too many trades. And you begin to see the amount of trades decrease. There was a time where I was taking 4 to 5 trades a day. Then it became 3. Then it became 2. Then it became 1 a day. And then that's when you saw me transition into the 1 a day challenge and that type of thing. Now it's even less than that. Now there's times where I trade once a week. Now there's times where I don't trade all week. And that's why putting yourself in position where you can increase your contract size is a much better deal than trying to get more trades. I don't have to worry about more trades coming. I get 1 or 2 trades and I'm set to pay bills off for weeks. You understand? I took two trades earlier this week. Those 2 trades, like at this point right now, what month are we in? July? Right now my bills are paid off until September. You understand? With the 2 trades that I took earlier this week, and then last week I had other trades also. So between, put it like this, all the trades that I took in the last 2 weeks have my bills paid off until September. I'm able to give more value to the trades I do take. And mind you, I didn't take 10 trades. I might have took 5 altogether. 5 altogether. So 5 trades paid my bills for damn near 3 months. That's how you got to look at your trading. That's the value of the skill. You trade less, you automatically expose yourself to the market less. That automatically decreases the risk right there. Because you're not thirsty, you're not anxious, and your mind is clear. You can wait for the trade to come. You're not, getting anxiety because you didn't take a trade today. When you start to, just being in that zone is creating stress for you. And stress for you is going to make you lose trades. Just stress alone, you're going to lose. Because you're stressed out. You stress, so you're going to do something silly and you're going to mess up. You're going to get thirsty. You're going to overlook something. Whatever it is going to lead to a loss. He said, but what about November? Oh, snap. Silliness. And that's it anyway. The market is closed now, 4 o'clock. Closing bell. Oh, man. What's up, Kev? Mick said, why in the world would one attempt to control an entity that has no feelings? Yep. As said, even the option pricing was off. Yep. See, and we know all about, we know all of the nuances of the market and also the platform. It's just like how the 5-minute binaries are set up. People, you think you trade 5-minute binaries. You're not really trading 5-minute binaries. What you really are trading is the market when it's stable. You're using the 5-minute binaries to cash in. You need to listen to what I just said. You're trading the market when it is stable. And you're using the 5-minute binaries to cash in when that happens. Did you catch that? So in other words, you're not trading 5-minute binaries. You're learning how to interpret the market to know when it is stable. And when it is stable, there's going to be some money on the table. Y'all like that? You see how I'm rhyming now? When the market is stable, there's going to be some money on the table. Can y'all dig it? Yeah. As said, time and position is what we study in relation to the market. Yep. John said, you can't do, oh, wait. In your earlier videos, it was like Forex trading. No, it was always, I understand why you're saying that, because I was trading in a different market environment. So it seemed closer to what you do in Forex. But it still was me understanding the market and understanding how it related to behavior. I was studying behavior for a while now and applying it to NADEX for a long time now. Even early on, when you saw me taking trades, sometimes the market was fast as hell. Fast, it was jerky, it was doing all type of stuff. But I understood the environment at the time and what it meant. I was understanding how that movement would end up with a profitable position with the binaries. And I'll tell you that I became very disinterested in that very quickly because it was too much stress. I'm like, this is stressful right here. Hold up. I don't like that feeling. When you start feeling pressure, when you in the, not when you're in the trade. I didn't feel pressure when I was in the trade. I felt pressure to try to move back and forth in between the environments and to keep up with the market. And I'm like, I don't think I have to do all of this. I think I'm doing too much. And that's when I started to slow it down. Yep, started to slow it down. So you can't do anything if slow becomes fast or fast becomes slow once you already committed to the trade. If we take the trade in the last minute, it's not about that. Nope. Because you make the determination before you take the trade. See, what you're seeing, John, is the limitation of your perspective when it comes to trying to understand what we do without understanding what we do. Like you're not gonna understand until you get into training and then understand. You won't get it. And even when you get into training, you don't get it right away. Like it just takes time. He said, "You too cool to be under pressure, especially with them glasses." Joshua talk about TA album coming soon. Platinum hit Mink Shades. Oh snap! Yo, you know what, Joshua? I actually have some shades now that is probably as close to mink as I think we're gonna get. And I got them. I got them. And it's so funny because when you said that just now, I'm like, wait, did I get mink shades? It's not mink, but it's as close to mink as I think that you can get. But they some nice shades. You'll see them soon. Johnson, you look at the overall market on example, larger time frames to get a gauge of where the market is going. Nope. We don't. What's so crazy, John, is that we don't even look at the chart. We're so good at the process, we don't even need the price. We don't even need the candlestick chart at all. We're literally looking at the market and studying the market. It's crazy. It's different, man. It's a different level, man. JP said dropping pearls, no doubt. Don said hypothetically for every 5 trades Marks makes, he ahead of his bills for 3 months. That's kind of where it is. See, and that's the thing. I position myself there. So that lets you know you can position yourself wherever you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? You just got to work out the math for what you're looking for and then put yourself in position to not be stressed. That's the key. You have to not be stressed first. You can't be in a position and then be stressed in the position that you're in. The stress is going to kill you and it's going to kill your account. Don't do it. Monty said, drop that science. Yes. John, stay out of the market when it's moving as it does. We're not looking for momentum. Something like that. It's something like that. Like, it's not cut and dry, so I can't give an absolute yes or no to anything that you're probably going to say, because it's a combination of multiple things that we do in order to put ourselves in position. Like it's kind of like excluding mindset. You can't exclude mindset from this. Your mindset got to be right. If your mindset is wrong and you have skill, you'll lose, because your mindset means that you're able to control your emotions and you're able to control yourself in the market. Without mindset, you're reckless now. You're the juice man. You see, that's why I always say the juice man got skill. He know what he's doing, but he's retarded because he has no self-control. So without the mindset that you need to be in, the proper mindset, you'll become out of control. You literally will turn into the juice man. Next thing you know, hey man, I'm 5-0 today. You 5-0. Why you take 5 trades today? Hey, the market was giving it up. Yeah, that's the juice man. Like the juice man talks like that. And that's how you're gonna start sounding if you don't have mindset. So it's like an all-inclusive package. You know what I mean? Josh said, when I hit 100 contracts, I'm getting some mink shades. That's my why. Yo. Jay Carly said 100 people just dropped their jaw when I said no chart. Facts. Mick said charts are an after the fact tool for TA. We peep it in the real. Oh, we peep it in real time to get our perspectives. Facts. John said, wow, Mark, your insight is out of this world. I think I'm getting what you were saying. We'll be joining training soon. Gonna see you there, my man. Gonna see you, man. And John been around a while. Like John has been around us for a while now. What live is this up to? Because I kind of remember, I think today's 82. I think John been around since like the lives were like in the 70s or the 60s. So, you know, that's what I mean, like about being in the environment. When the longer that you hang around us, it's only a matter of time because we on the vibration. You know what I'm saying? Like we on it. And it's only one direction that we move in. We continue to elevate and move up. Now, mind you, you don't ever hear me talking crazy about the market. You never hear me saying, man, we're going to kill this market. I don't ever talk like that. I don't even want the market to hear that. Like, I ain't say nothing. It wasn't me. Market mess around. It has ears too. It hear you talking about, oh, we're going to crush it. We're going to kill it. We're going to get this money. No, you're not. Just the fact that you're talking like that, you already are out of control. You already out of control. You need to rephrase how you saying everything, and you need to change your tone and take some of that bass out your voice when you talk about the market. You need to have some respect. What am I always saying about the market? The market is going to dictate when we get a trade. Well, Mark, how many trades? I have no idea. Well, Mark, when are we going to get in a trade? I don't know. Well, when are we going to know? When the market lets us know. Come on, man. Cameron is laughing. Take that bass out your voice, right? Yo, that's how I look at it. I'm serious. Like, that's how I see the market. This is like how the market is talking to you. Like, yo, take that bass out your voice, man. I know everybody typed it out, right? Oh, snap. That is funny. No doubt. For real. Oh, he said, I thought John was in training. That's how long he been around. I know, right? I get confused myself. I'll be like, oh, I don't think he in training yet. Wait, hold on. What he said? Yeah, I don't think he's in training yet. Yeah, that's how I know. They'll ask something and I'll be like, nah, they not there yet. I thought they was too. I don't be knowing. I don't be having no idea sometimes. Yeah, that base shit is hilarious though. Oh, snap. He said I'm working on mental training first by watching Mark's lives first and then be ready for training. Definitely. Definitely. Jay Carly said, we train life skills. Don't even wait. That's Jay Carly. She's like, what? You're waiting? Michelle says, slaps you right in the face. That's it. The market is not to be played with, man. Yep. So, with that being said, like that's why we're going to remain on the right side of not only the market, but we're going to remain on the right side of the vibration that we're on, so that it doesn't, it's not building up the ego. It's actually building up your true self. We don't want to build up the ego because the ego has insecurities. The ego is insecure. That's why the ego got to poke its chest out and get cocky, because you insecure about shit. So you feel like you got to make people think that you're better or you're the best or you're the greatest. You don't got to do that. That's your ego. Ego has to do that because it's insecure as hell. Your true self don't got to do nothing. Your true self just just do the shit. Learn it and do it. Learn it, execute it, and don't say nothing. Then you'll see that everyone else will see what you execute and they'll do the talking for you. That's TA right there in a nutshell. Like, I don't even have to say nothing else. I don't have to say a word. I don't got to say a word. Somebody was asking me that one time. I was like, well, if you really want to know, don't even ask me. Ask TA. I was like, ask them. They'll tell you. Sure enough. You talk about got the answers he was looking for. He definitely got the answers. Cause we got some nuts. We definitely got some nuts in the group. Oh man. Jay Carly said training hit an even higher level of elevation this week. I'm saying don't wait. Yeah, I mean she's right. She definitely is right. People always gonna do whatever they gonna do in their own time though. You know what I mean? So yeah. He said, Mark, you have photographic memory. You even remembered how long I've been at the lives. Yep. Yep. And ain't no wonder why you're so good at trading. Definitely. Yep. Mick said, like I said earlier, the Bible tells us that our true blessings come from doing exactly what you hear. Shut up, get out your way, and plug into the vibe. I couldn't have said it better myself. Uh-oh, here go the macaroon talk. Billy said, Mark, when we do a TA meetup sometime in the future, bring some macaroons. I got you. I got to find somewhere where they got them for less than $3, though. Expensive ass cookies. Oh, snap. Yeah, Jay Carly said you family already, John. So she gonna treat you like you family. You get treated like everybody else. And I concur. I concur. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. So I'm gonna check y'all out in a little while. I might be at Starbucks. I'm thinking about switching it up, but I don't know. I might just go to Starbucks. I always like the vibe in there. But anyway, we're gonna do the weekly recap, and I'll holler at you in a little while. Cameron said, coming from Forex, which I still trade, one thing I'm really feeling with NADEX options is we don't have to worry about the lack of trends and choppy price action in the summertime. Right. Exactly. Right. A lot less cyclical type of things that you have to deal with. It's really just a matter of timing. And that's why the 5-minute binaries are so good, because they allow you to capitalize off of having good timing and being able to recognize the right time to be in the market because of the environment and the behavior at the time. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We got a lot. We definitely got a lot. And I'm definitely grateful for NADEX. Like I say that all the time. I'm very appreciative that we have NADEX. We don't got no issues with the money. You know what I'm saying? You get your withdrawals. It's just no problems and no bullshit. You know what I mean? Oh, Shawnee, I got to do Starbucks? All right. I got you. He said it's a ritual. I got you. No doubt. All right, so I'll see you in a little while, man. Y'all have a good weekend if I don't see you there. And everybody else, see y'all Sunday, Monday, whenever. All right, y'all enjoy your weekend, man. Peace.